What if I told you Italy isn't really one country, but two completely different worlds forced to share the same flag? One side runs like a precision machine, fast, rich, disciplined. The other, pure emotion, pure chaos, pure life. In the north, time is money. In the south, time doesn't exist. And here's the part most people don't know. This isn't just culture. It's history. It's identity. It's even written in their DNA. By the end of this video, you won't just understand Italy. You'll be able to spot a northerner and a southerner instantly. And trust me, you'll never look at Italian food the same way again. Let's start with something shocking. Most people think Italians look the same. They don't, not even close. Northern and southern Italians come from completely different historical worlds, and it shows. In the north, you'll often see a lighter skin tones, taller height, light brown, blonde, or even reddish hair, blue-green, or hazel eyes. Why? Because northern Italy was a gateway. For thousands of years, waves of people crossed the Alps. Celtic tribes, Germanic invaders, Central European migrants. They didn't just pass through, they stayed. They mixed, they became part of the population. Now look at the south. Everything changes. The olive, toned skin and dark hair, deep brown eyes. That's because southern Italy wasn't connected to Europe. It was connected to the Mediterranean world. This region was once called Magna Graecia, Greater Greece. Greek settlers didn't just visit, they built cities, cultures, and entire civilizations. Then came their Phoenician traders, the Arab rulers in Sicily, the North African and Middle Eastern influences. The result: genetically, southern Italians often cluster closer to the Greeks, Cypriots, Eastern Mediterranean populations. But here's the twist: after Italy unified in 1861, millions moved north, families mixed, bloodlines blended. So today, Italy isn't divided by a line, it's layered like history itself. Now let's talk about something serious: food. Because in Italy, food isn't just food. It's identity, it's pride, it's war. In the north, food is heavy, creamy, rich, butter dominates. You get risotto, polenta, thick sauces, slow, cooked meats. This is food built for cold climates, for mountains, for survival. Now go south, and it's a completely different universe. Olive oil instead of butter, fresh vegetables everywhere, seafood straight from the coast, and one ingredient that changed everything: tomatoes. Here's something crazy: tomatoes weren't even Italian. They came from the Americas in the 1500s. At first, people thought they were poisonous, but southern Italians, they embraced them and accidentally created pizza pasta sauces, some of the most famous dishes on earth. So yeah, north feeds your body, south feeds your soul. Now here's where it gets fun. In Italy, you don't need to ask where someone is from. You just listen. In the north, speech is fast, clean, efficient, almost mechanical. Influenced by Austria, Switzerland, France, it sounds structured, controlled. Now the south, it sounds like music. The words stretch, voices rise and fall. Every sentence feels emotional. And then come the hand gestures, not optional, mandatory. This comes from a Greek roots, Arab influence, a Mediterranean expression, same language, two completely different vibes. Now imagine this. You walk into a meeting in northern Italy. Everyone is on time, agenda ready, straight to business. Now go south. The meeting starts late. Someone brings food. And suddenly it's a 3-hour conversation. That's the difference. North is structured, work-focused, private. South, socially expressively, family-centered. In the south, family isn't part of life. It is life. Here's the biggest modern difference: money. Northern Italy is the engine. Cities like Milan and Turin dominate fashion, the banking industry. The south, more dependent on agriculture, tourism, local economies. After 1861, the gap grew. Millions moved north chasing opportunity. And that migration changed everything. Today, Italy isn't divided, it's interconnected. Walk through Milan, you see order, wealth, precision. Walk through Naples, you feel energy, chaos, life. North tech-planned cities, south the living history, Greek temples, Arab designs, Norman castles. Every street tells a different story. Now this is where emotions explode. Northern giants, Juventus, AC Milan, Inter Milan, money, power, dominance. Then came the South's hero. When he joined SSC Napoli, everything changed. Napoli didn't just win, they proved the South could rise. For many fans, it wasn't football, it was revenge. So is Italy really divided? Yes, but also no. Because after 150 years of mixing, moving, and evolving, Italy isn't two countries. It's a living contradiction. Order and chaos, north and south, logic and emotion, all in one place. And maybe that's the real secret. Italy isn't divided. It's perfectly balanced. The genetics, the food, the accents, the lifestyle. But here's the real question. If northern and southern Italy are so different, and more importantly, because the biggest differences aren't the ones you can see, they're the ones nobody talks about. Let's get into something controversial. Stereotypes. In Italy, people don't just joke about North vs South. They believe things. In the North, some people see the South as disorganized, slow, too relaxed, but in the South, they see the North as coldly arrogantly obsessed with money. Sounds harsh, right? But here's the truth, both sides are wrong, and both sides are right, because these stereotypes didn't appear randomly. They were built over centuries of economic imbalance, history, and perception. The North industrialized early, the South didn't, and once that gap formed, it turned into identity. But here's what most people don't realize. Today's Italy is far more mixed than divided. A businessman in Milan might have grandparents from Naples. A family in Rome might have roots in both worlds. So the divide, it's becoming more psychological than real. Now this is where everything flips. In the 20th century, millions of southern Italians moved north. Not thousands, millions. They left behind villages, families, traditions, all for one reason: opportunity. Factories in the north were booming, jobs were everywhere, and the south struggling to keep up. So entire generations relocated. But here's the twist. They didn't just move. They brought their culture with them. Southern food entered northern kitchens. Southern energy entered northern cities. Southern identity became part of modern Italy. And over time, the line between north and south started to blur. You think everyone in Italy speaks the same language? Not really. Yes, they all speak Italian. But the real story is deeper. Italy has dozens of dialects, some so different they're almost separate languages. For example, Neapolitan, Sicilian, Venetian. These aren't just accents, they're identities. And here's something crazy. A person from the north and a person from the south, speaking their local dialects, might not fully understand each other. That's how deep the divide goes. Standard Italian, the one taught worldwide, actually comes from Tuscany. Writers like Dante Alighieri helped shape it. So in a way, modern Italian is a compromise, a bridge between two worlds. Tourists think Italy is one vibe. It's not. Land in Milan, you'll feel like you're in a business hub. Fast, efficient, international. Now go to Naples, and it hits you. Noise, energy, movement, life. It's louder, more chaotic, more real. And for many visitors, it's shocking. Some love it. Some feel overwhelmed. But everyone notices it. Because it's not just a different city, it feels like a different country. Here's the deepest difference of all: mindset. In the north, future, focused, career-driven efficiency matters. In the south, present, focused, relationship-driven experience matters. Neither is better. They're just different philosophies of life. One asks, how fast can we grow? The other asks, how well can we live? So after all this mixing, why does the divide still exist? 3 reasons. 1. The north is still wealthier. 2. Different rulers shape different cultures. 3. People hold on to where they come from. And maybe that's not a bad thing, because without that contrast, Italy wouldn't be Italy. So what's the truth? Italy isn't two countries, and it's not one either. It's something rare, a country where North and South don't cancel each other out, they complete each other. Order meets chaos, discipline meets passion, logic meets emotion, and somehow it works. Because Italy's real strength isn't in being the same, it's in being different.